Sorry for cutting you off there, Dave. But yeah, hello everybody. We are fucking back at last. Apologies we went on last week. We did move last Friday, didn't we?
Yeah.
In the worst storm of the century for England, so that was fun. But yeah, we're in.
I literally got like bruises all over my leg. I could draw a map.
Yeah, I believe it.
Draw a map.
Yeah. The dogs aren't out yet. They are behind us. They are in that box down there. They will be coming out after we've had carpets fitted next week with us. So
I'm so excited.
Yeah. We've already had a few bits, haven't we? Like,
behind you.
yeah, I mean, we heard a sneeze in the green room when we were in here.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah. Someone sneezed in this room.
In the box behind them there, Hefty.
It's probably too dusty in there for him. We're like, Shah.
Honestly, like I thought it was the dog, but the dog's downstairs.
I do think it might be moving, like the lid, like open slightly.
For what lid?
Because you've been going in the box, haven't you?
Yeah, but I'm not over there. Anyway.
No, wait, I want to hear more about Tom going into the box.
I've been going in millions of boxes. I don't know where anything is. There's boxes everywhere.
Box of anxieties.
Tom has box anxieties? Oh, wait, no, that's another show altogether.
But no, it's awesome to see you all anyway. I have missed doing this. It's obviously...
It felt like a long time. It really did. It really felt like a long time because I know you guys were busy with the move and everything, and so there was like obviously a lack of polos. I missed this. Yeah. Usually I'm like, it's cool. We missed a week or whatever. But I was like, I really missed the show. So it's going to be fun.
Go in a box, Tom.
Go in a box. I'm just getting the box.
Box.
No, I have missed as well. Like especially because it's been, as you guys know, you've all moved and that. It's bloody
dude.
stressful.
I don't miss it. 100%. I don't miss that shit.
This is the worst thing ever, and like I'm so glad it's over now. And we can chill out, have a drink, and have a laugh. And
we use our celebratory drink, didn't we, today?
Yeah, so on the good port today.
Ooh,
good one.
Show cheers, everybody! Show cheers.
A good one.
Cheers.
Oh, Dave's got a drink too. Hey,
there we go.
But yeah, Dave, thank you very much for joining us tonight. This is something we've had wanting to do for a while, is to hear all these stories from you and Kerry, because Kerry tells us nothing. She doesn't.
That's true.
She's so tight-lipped.
She has like the most amazing stories. Never mentions any of them until you tell us.
Well, for all the viewers, these are going to be ghost stories. Ghost stories. And I think we should build it up from small ones to your one.
Yeah,
blow our mind.
Yeah, blow our mind. I want my socks knocked off by the end of this show. If my socks are still on my feet, I want my money back. Yeah, or a part two. Yeah.
Won't guarantee anything.
No, I was just going to ask Kerry, do you drink at all, or do you just drink soft drinks?
I don't drink a lot. I have one now and again. I'm such a lightweight. I'm a cheap date. I'll have one and I'm anyone's after that.
Because you had one for our New Year's thing, didn't you? Or our Christmas thing that we did? You definitely had. Yeah, for sure.
But
it does affect your abilities though, doesn't it? Like with your...
Yeah. You don't mix spirit with spirit. That's what my rule is.
Oh, I like that.
There you go.
Is that because it just because it just shuts it off, or is it because it can like be maybe a little bit dangerous because you're a little bit too relaxed?
Dangerous. Yeah, your guard comes completely down, and my senses. Even though I find that I can do even better readings, let's say, but it's a bit dangerous. I'm not in complete control of what's coming in, what's going out, sort of thing. So,
what about pot?
That's a whole different animal right there.
I don't know. I think that might actually help. I think it might actually help. I don't know.
Kelly's friend went to, where did she go to recently? To South America?
To
sort of drink mescaline.
Ooh, yeah.
No, not mescaline. Some sort of
no, it's like a mezcal type.
Where you throw up and everything, but then you sort of go on a little journey.
Shamanic journeys, yeah.
And how was it? yeah, basically. Yeah.
That was another journey you was on, Dave.
Magic mushrooms.
Yeah, the magic mushrooms. Yes. Oh boy, those days are over.
Loved magic mushrooms. Well, she didn't have magic mushrooms. She went in a caravan with magic mushrooms.
So she had the magic mushrooms.
Well,
Yeah, she ate a couple.
amongst the
You don't go around them.
He had a couple. Yeah, you can't just put like, oh, yeah, it was there. I didn't do
saw
it.
it.
Yeah, I saw it, but I didn't do any of it. Jeez.
Or as a room. I don't know what this caravan was a room.
So they were hotboxing.
Well, it was. She had a good time anyway.
That's fantastic.
Tape all
See,
the
I'm
windows
a
shut.
little bit older than all of you, so I'm a 60s baby, believe it or not, late 60s I might add. So therefore, my teenage and my 20s were in the 80s and 90s, and well,
Oh, yeah.
they didn't give us any warnings back then.
No.
No.
I could imagine.
There's no health and safety.
No health and safety now.
Sheila says medical marijuana. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
We need
Definitely.
that. We need that in the UK.
Yes, they do. Change that person in charge in the UK.
Definitely. I think it will eventually.
Yeah, it's gonna have to, isn't it? I mean,
It
there's
would be
people
good.
already doing it in the UK,
Oh.
so
Lot
Yeah,
of people
it's
around
like just they got to find a way to mandate it and actually like be able to make money off of it.
yeah.
Once they figure that out, and it's like,
They can
Yeah,
do it
once
off
they make money,
they
then
can
they
do it off
Or
the
even
direct.
make money off of it. You sell it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Problem solved. You're welcome, UK.
The governments would tax it. Sure.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. You tax the hell out of it. There's always going to be a black. Look, we're getting way off subject here. This is
Yeah, we're going down a rabbit hole.
we haven't even started
boys,
this
we're
road
doing
yet.
it, dude.
Rick, good to see you, buddy. No worries, Robert's
I
fine.
just see a puff of smoke behind us from the ghost.
That would be awesome.
That would be
That's
pretty cool.
Bobo. I mean, that's my boy Bobo.
I can't wait. I think when I do unpack them properly, I'm gonna do
We've
like
been
a
getting some cracks.
live video and try and
Already?
I reckon it's gonna kick off.
We've been getting some really loud cracks. And
Yeah.
above our heads in the front room.
They probably like the new place.
I reckon they do. Yeah.
They probably do. It's a change of scenery for
They
them.
can
You
run
know,
around
they-
now.
Your
Yeah, they can run
your
around.
mum. Actually, when we were moving, her mum saw a little girl poke her head around the corner in our old house.
Yeah,
The same place I saw it as well.
Which I think possibly,
And she didn't know I'd seen it until she said.
I think it could have been Toulouse, possibly.
Mm.
Who's
That's as we're moving them. So I think they were like,
Yeah. They're like, where are you guys going?
What's going
Like,
on?
why
Yeah.
are
Hey,
you-
well, we're coming, right? Like, if
Yeah,
not,
they're
I
in
mean,
the
that's the
box.
problem.
maybe.
Did you take the 2 dolls out of the salt circle?
they've been out the salt circle for a long time.
So where are they now?
In the
In
garage.
your pillowcase, Amy.
No, they're in the garage. There's 2 in the garage that will come in at some point, but they're going to need to be protected because they are,
God.
yeah, really.
I wonder
negative.
what you've let your buyer in for.
Yeah.
In the walls.
It's funny you say
You
that.
didn't tell me it was haunted.
It is funny you say that because apparently the day we moved out, the washing machine broke.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't want to there, do they?
And like
Nice.
a
They
lot of
want
our
you
dolls
guys
mess
back.
with technology.
That's crazy.
I was gonna like bury a doll in the wall or something like that.
Or,
Dude.
or have one, like literally at the doorsteps when they open, like go through the doorsteps.
Or in the loft. In the loft, is there like open the loft?
Well, that's what you should have done. You should have went to
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Amazon or something, got a voodoo doll and stuck some pins in it, and then just put it somewhere. Just
Yeah,
left
like,
it.
hide it somewhere where they can find it.
Oh, with a little piece of paper that has the buyer's name on it stuck to
Yeah.
the doll.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
Oh, anyway. So yeah, we're not. Yeah, no, we're not doing that.
sorry.
What you
Yeah.
have to do
Um,
is if you do any wallpapering, before you put the wallpaper up, write a message in pencil underneath, like "This house is haunted" or something. And
Get
then
out.
wallpaper.
Just
I
get
actually
out.
do
Yeah.
that.
Giant pentagram.
I actually
Yeah,
did write
Pentagram in
messages.
red on the wall, and then put wallpaper
The
over it.
walls have eyes.
I did that.
Oh god.
What did you do?
I did actually write a message. Actually, I don't know what I wrote, but I did on the paper when we did it in the old house. I did actually write on there.
You see Tom drunk just being like, this
What
is
did you
great
In
at
black.
some point.
You don't remember what you wrote?
No, it wouldn't have been anything bad, but I do. I always write. It's the thing my dad actually used to do.
Oh, I'll tell you something.
So
Just leaving a
When
message
we
for
were-
the next person. Yeah.
I usually write like the date and who it is and like what's going on at that time, sort of thing.
Oh, that.
It's like almost like a time capsule thing. So
Yeah,
like, when
yeah,
you pull off the wallpaper, it's
Well, I had a place
Right,
in
right,
Romford,
right.
which is East London, and being an 80s person, we had like stripy wallpaper on the bottom half and half.
Mm.
And we stripped all of that years later. My brother passed away back in 2000, but there on the wallpaper, because he did it for us, was Ted Eden, my brother's name, and the
Aw.
date he did it and everything else. I was up, and I've still got that piece of wallpaper.
Yeah.
somewhere.
Oh, do you
Oh,
really? That's
brilliant.
that was Nick's.
Yeah.
That's Nick's doppelganger, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
And yes, shout out to Nick if he's watching. Happy belated birthday. His birthday was the other day. So happy
Yes,
birthday.
it was. Yeah.
yeah, happy birthday, Nick. In fact, Nick just posted a picture of his birthday standing next to his mum.
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
showed
I
my
think
mum
so, yeah.
that picture, and she just went white because
Blacked
it's
out, yeah.
so
It looks
close.
just like Teddy. Yeah.
Yeah.
staggering. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's well, I don't know. Like, is it a reincarnation? I mean, how long ago did he pass away?
It was
2000. my brother.
Yeah, he just.
So yeah, Nick is So, but yeah, you never know.
It's already in the world by
It's
then.
He was
weird.
already in the world, but the resemblance is astonishing at times,
Oh,
especially that
100%,
photo.
yeah.
Couldn't believe.
It is weird when you see that. Like when we were on holiday, when we saw your uncle, and it was like twin,
Oh yeah.
guaranteed twin.
You
I was
don't-
going to go over and say something, but
Like
then
your
you think no, it can't be him.
your doppelganger.
Yeah, it's weird.
Hey,
Anyway.
somebody should do a show on that at some. Oh wait, we did. Several.
Yeah.
Check out the videos on Tom and Amy's channel.
Bugging us.
This is why we have you on, because you're like, oh, for the advertisement.
You're
So-
putting a show on their own show.
I know it's wonderful. It's genius. It's so meta.
We've got
Dave.
55 viewers on
Yeah,
TikTok.
it's live on TikTok as well on Kerry's
So
TikTok.
hello guys on
Oh, what up?
Hello,
Shout out
everybody
to
on
TikTok.
TikTok.
Hello.
We used to do that.
I spend most of my time with you when I'm not here.
Yeah.
TikTok. It's all Kerry's fault.
Yeah.
Yes, Sheila
It is Marty.
says her husband does the same thing. He signs the walls as well.
Just see Uncle Dumpy was here. Hell yeah, I want to. I'll save that piece of
I don't know if he
wallpaper.
writes Uncle Dumpy, but I mean, maybe he does. It probably is worse, to be
I
honest.
want a piece of
And then
wallpaper
you've got
signed by
our,
Uncle Dumpy.
Lovely flower paper in this house.
Yeah, that's coming off. That's a different story. Yes, so we need to hear this Orlando story, Dave.
Yes.
Can we
We've
do the Orlando
mentioned it
one
a few
first, or
times.
can we build up to the
Oh,
Orlando?
let's
one?
build up.
Okay,
No,
okay.
Let's build up
straight
to
to
that.
it,
I think-
dude. Last
No,
time we did this,
what?
we never finished it, and there
Of
wasn't a
course,
second
Marty's
show,
that
so-
guy.
Shall we just go in on it?
We're
Yeah,
gonna,
yeah.
we're gonna
Dive right in,
speak
head
about
first.
ghost stories. So for
build.
you TikTok guys that are watching,
Well, here's
these are
the-
paranormal stories, my personal ones, but also Kerry's here, psychic medium Kerry's ghost stories, and they are quite astounding. And we were talking about my mum actually just a minute ago, and it's probably a good place to start. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That
Beautiful.
was the house that I was lucky enough to be brought up in.
It's a beautiful
Wow.
house.
It is beautiful, and it's on the outskirts of London.
It's old,
But
yes.
It is. It was built in a competition. It's a Dutch house, and this was built in 1901,
Wow.
I think. And all the original fireplaces are still there.
Oh,
My
Lord.
bedroom was this side at the back, and the spare room is at this side of the front there. And the
Wow.
place is so old. It's even older by the fact of the materials they used. There's oak beams in there, and if you look at them sideways, you can see they're hand hewn.
Oh wow.
Oh,
And those beams are out of a ship. We don't know what ship. It was a Dutch clipper of some sort. And we've got no idea. But they're even older because they had wooden pegs in them, not nails.
Wow.
So this is
Really?
an old house. And I lived there for a long time. And upstairs, it's got a very, very quirky corridor, isn't it? The corridor's sort of angled one side, and it stretches the whole length of the house. Without saying too much, years ago, and this is before I met Kerry, I was with my ex back then, or she was my girlfriend at the time, and she was staying in the spare room. It was like that back in these days, unfortunately. And I was down the other end of the house in my own room. But I would creep down the corridor of night to go and say hello, if you know what I mean. And I didn't think my parents knew, but of course
yeah.
they did. My mum was
Yeah.
stupid.
Oh yeah.
And of course, every morning, just to embarrass me, I think more than anything else, my mum would knock on the door and go, "Cup of tea." I'm not in here. Well, anyway, we heard what I thought was my mum coming along the corridor, and I heard rat tap tap on the door, and that was we're not talking like a knock on the window or the floorboards creaking, because the door actually shook. Knock, 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 knock. But I noticed it was dark, and I thought that cannot be my mum. Not tea at this time, night, morning, whenever it was. And I opened the door, and there's absolutely nothing there. But there was a clear couple of knocks on the door, woke us both up.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, didn't
Almost
see
like
the
they
door.
used it.
That makes sense.
They're almost like copying it, like it's almost like they know that that's what's going to happen, just
Maybe.
because they know how you're going to react, because you're expecting it to be somebody else.
Well,
Or
I was
they're taking
genuinely
the
expecting my
piss and
mum
they
to
know.
be there.
We're getting
I was
in on the
expecting
joke.
to say, "Do you want tea?" And I was like, what's going on here? And everyone was just
So
in bed.
British, aren't we? And happy.
Well, Dave's literally from London, so yeah. For Americans who don't know, like Somerset or elsewhere, like you say London, they're like, oh yeah, okay, we know where that is.
Yeah.
You know what? London, that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
But then that's like you saying where you live.
Or
like,
no. Like
Right,
wait, where were the Beatles? Like
Manchester.
Liverpool,
Yeah.
right? Maybe just the Beatles.
Yeah.
Somerset,
Sorry,
like south
Okay.
west of London.
I would say a lot of foreigners, when they say to you, like, oh, where are you from? And you go, oh, yeah, I'm from England. They go, where? And you try to explain to them.
Just
you
say
go,
London.
London.
It's easier.
It's London.
Yeah, so like, what's the closest place?
I'm nowhere near it, but there you
No,
go.
There you go.
There's London. Yeah, but
No,
yeah. So I mean, I could. Yeah, you guys are super British. Sorry, that's where I was going with that. I was taking the piss. Sorry.
No,
You
that
don't
is
say
crazy.
You don't say taking the piss, though, do you? Or do you? Do you use that term?
I do since
Now
meeting you
we do.
folks. Now we do.
Yeah,
Marty,
Yeah.
Marty, this show, no,
You
dude.
were
I
taking
took
a
the
piss,
piss,
I
but it
taking
didn't
a
mean
piss.
the same thing.
straight up, Marty doesn't even call it dinner anymore. He always calls it tea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Making tea for the kids.
Yeah,
I
I've
don't
never
drink
heard
tea.
him.
I actually eat food. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
I'm
Because it makes
confusing
sense.
myself now.
Yeah.
So
Like-
yes, you guys, I say fucking hell all the time now.
Oh my god,
Like,
yeah.
all the time.
Oh yeah.
We just again like so yeah, you guys have definitely had an
The
influence. on
funny
it.
part is my kids, because I say it, my kids hear me say that and they go, "You got that from Gordon Ramsay, didn't you?" And I'm like,
Yes, yeah,
kind of,
exactly.
but
So it's got the British
not
connotation.
really.
So anyway, sorry. Let's get back to the ghosty stuff.
No, it was British Art Potty Mouse.
Yeah.
Another
It's okay.
picture.
We love you guys.
Let me ask you a question. I meant to ask you guys this on a poll, but we're here. So when Gordon Ramsay, because I just brought him up, there was one episode that the kids were watching. They started laughing their ass off. He called somebody a donut.
Yeah.
Why is that an insult? Like, I don't understand, because we think
Basically, you're-
donut, like, it's a fucking
you're
donut that you eat. Like,
Soft,
Yeah.
stupid person. Yeah, really. But it's not a massive insult.
You're like an airy.
It's like a light insult. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
well, the way he was talking, it
cool.
wasn't light. He goes, "You fucking donut," and I went, "What?" It was something to do with like what wasn't cooked. What was the only thing that wasn't in the microwave? One dude said salad. He goes, "Salad, you fucking donut. You don't put salad in the microwave," or something like that. Just and my kids are like, "What?" They're laughing, but they didn't know what it meant. So no, it's
You can
funny.
literally
I
insult
just-
anybody with anything,
Yeah, you
really.
could, yeah. Like
You're
eating back.
a very educational show.
Yeah, we're actually doing quite well, actually, to be fair, isn't it? So yes, please carry on, Dave. Like, we're going down a whole rabbit hole, but we are.
We always do.
Let's fast forward about 10 or 20 years from when I lived there. I bought just a humble 3-bedroom semi-detached again in London. And I'm going to show you it.
Your first house.
That's my first house that I bought.
Okay.
Right, yeah.
That's
Now, if I spin you around, if I can, you
Blah.
can see that's in a cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
So
I see.
I stayed there for the best part of 20 years. I became very, very unwell there. I was bedbound for 8 years. I was housebound for 15. I was probably about 8.5 stone in weight, and I had to be fed by carers and such. And some of the things that happened in there while I was like that's astonishing. And there might be a reason why. And I've just shown you that's a cul-de-sac, but that cul-de-sac wasn't always there. Historically, from about the 20s, houses in London were rows and had long gardens and possibly allotments on the back. So my house was built directly on an allotment, and I had no idea. Years later, I found out that was bombed in the war. A big letterbox bomb came down by the Germans and killed heaven knows how many people. So my house was on there, and I was told that it had a ley line running through it, which wasn't good. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And my apple tree would always pretty much die every year. Do you
So I
remember?
healed it.
Yeah, that's right. And we got apples for the first time, didn't we?
Mm.
That which was shocking. But no, I spent a long time there, very, very unwell, and it got to a point where I kind of didn't care anymore. I thought, well, if I'm going to go, I'm going to go. This is my lot anyway. I can't move out of the house. And I would have door handles go, see and hear them. And there was no one in the house but me. I'm on my own. I don't do what you will with me. I also had a mouse in the house. This is just crazy. You seen the film The Green Mile?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's exactly what I was just thinking of when you said that. Yeah. Yep.
This mouse used to come to my room, poke its head round up that. I'd literally go, well, come on in. I didn't care. And it would come into my room. And one night I had a Coke bottle there, and it was spinning it around and around. And you can't make this stuff up.
No,
I mean, this isn't paranormal, let's say, but it's just a little bit odd.
Weird, yeah.
But the paranormal stuff came when, well, I hadn't met you yet. It wasn't far off, was it? One night I was so unwell. I mean, bear in mind, I was 8 stone on my frame that you see now. My mum described me as grey in colour. And I thought, this particular night, I'm going to die. This is my life's over tonight, because I couldn't be that unwell and not die. But in my room, now bear in mind, this is London suburbia. It's just a 3-bedroom semi-detached. There's no room for anything outside except for other houses, cars and everything else, people slamming doors, coming in on a Friday night or whatever it is. But in my room, and it was in my room, and you must bear in mind that I was in that room for 8 years. I had to have the windows shut. I had to have the curtains drawn because I couldn't stand light. And most of the time when my inside door was closed as well. But all of a sudden, there was singing, and it was in my room. And it was fading in and out like it was on wind, but it was still in the room, loud enough to be in my room. And it was like, if you walk into a cathedral and you hear a massive choir singing songs, and it was like, up and down. And this went on for about half an hour. And I never knew till I met Kerry what that might be. But all those years later, I said, I heard this in the room, and absolutely astonished. And what could it have been? And you said, angel song, didn't you? Actually, I thought I was dying that night. It really was happening. I didn't care either. Without bravado, I didn't care. I was too unwell to care. But that night, possibly angel song. It was astonishing. In a 3-bedroom semi-detached in London,
That's insane.
Yeah, I wonder if you got a lot of attention because you were from that, because you were, I mean, from what you described, like you were at that store for a very long time. And
insane.
I did scream out one night. One night I literally screamed out. I said, look, you can't keep me like this. You've either got to take me or get me well again, because I cannot stay like this.
They're like, oh no, Dave, we're going to make you go through 2 marriages before we kill you. I just wanted to, just real quick, I apologize. I don't want to cut you off, but I don't know if Tuna knows, but Nick isn't part of the show anymore. There's no bad blood or anything, Tuna. And for anybody else who is new and doesn't know, Nick was somebody who introduced us all, and who used to be part of the show. Still a fantastic guy. He is no longer with our show. We are all still good friends and stuff. We keep in contact. No bad blood or anything. Nick's just doing his own thing. I apologize because Tuna, Tuna's Tuna and is amazing. So I just want to put that out there. And then Dave, again, the floor is all yours. I apologize.
No, thank you. No, I was meant to say that. Yeah, I do apologize. Yeah, I can't believe though. Dave, how did you not lose your mind in 8 years? I did lose my mind. And people say I was on the verge of committing suicide, and you sort of think, oh yeah, well, why are you still here? I literally was. I've written a book about this, by the way. There's a whole chapter in it about me and how I was actually going to commit suicide because I'd had enough. But something stopped me. You'll have to read the book. It's just weird. But something stopped me. So yeah, I did lose my mind to a degree. Yeah.
It's very, very harsh, literally laying there for 8 years and you can't move and you're in pain and you feel sick 24/7. That's exactly how it was.
They do say though that when you're depressed or you're ill or you're got disability, that you almost they latch onto you because you are so vulnerable.
Yeah.
Because your wall isn't up.
You bring in everything.
You can't protect yourself.
I suppose I mean you didn't pass away for a reason because you're with Kerry now that.
Yeah.
You had a purpose that you just didn't know about until it happened. And now you and Kerry together.
On the other show, didn't we? Do you remember? We met and we found out that our grandparents were in the same street, same road, in the whole circumference of London. But they were all there. Our families were there. So I do wonder, because we have the same illness, if someone said, up there, my son's got this illness and I know your daughter's got this illness, why don't we put them together and see
There's a lot.
Yeah, now look at how it is. You know what I mean? Even though you still have. Now, I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that in a really.
Yeah, I was like, damn, dude. What?
It's like, I mean, you guys are dynamic together, especially when you do your lives on the weekend and stuff. It's like
you see you guys doing
was made to happen.
Yeah, it's like what you guys do is fucking amazing. Like, don't stop doing it. Like, I'll watch your lives and stuff. Like, sometimes we won't comment or anything because we're just like watching it while we're doing stuff. But you two work so well together. Like, it is
100%.
You bounce off each other so well, like in what you're doing for people. That's your purpose now, and it's brilliant.
The one thing that I'm glad that you guys started doing was now that Dave, when you do the lives, you and Kerry, Kerry and you or whatever, but you guys are together now.
Yes, I agree.
Behind it, it's like you guys are sitting together, and now I've noticed you've been doing TikToks and
you reviews like video watches and stuff like
that.
Yeah, super cool.
And I see now where you're both watching like a ghost video. The one you guys posted the other day, you were watching the ghost video or whatever it was. And it was guy walked upstairs and you saw the shadow follow him up or something like that. And you both were in, and I was like, that's freaking great. Like,
it's brilliant.
Love seeing you guys together.
Yeah.
We didn't kind of work it out that way, did we? It was your idea. Why didn't you come in front of the camera?
I was like, he was behind the camera and he was obviously, you could hear Dave, but you couldn't see Dave. And I felt very weird talking and knowing that no one could see him. And then just one evening, I just went, Dave, come and sit next to me. It just makes me feel more comfortable. But also
sure.
Look better.
Well, plus Dave's a handsome son of a bitch, so you gotta get him on camera. You gotta get him on camera. You kidding? You guys are like the eye candy of TikTok.
Yeah.
But I wanted to point out. But I wanted to agree not only with what Tom and Amy and Marty were saying, but I'm going to piggyback off of them. Is even in the Marco Polos.
Yeah.
Watching you guys together. It's you guys are like Laurel and Hardy. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like it's so funny watching you guys work together in the chemistry and
and that's it's unfortunate that like nobody else, like anybody in the chat or anybody that watches the show or their TikTok, followers and stuff like that, nobody sees that but us. To see you guys driving in the car, and like, Kerry, you're doing TikTok or a Polo while Dave's driving, and you guys are talking about Tom and Amy moving.
Or she's waiting for Faye and blows up Faye, and Faye is so pissed when she
It's fucking brilliant.
She's so bad.
No, you guys just watching it, and that, like I say, though, that's like your purpose now, and it's like that's why you didn't go. Thank God. But yeah, sorry. Anyway, we are.
It's so odd as well because without showing off, I can write, but Kerry's dyslexic and bless her, you misspell and everything else, and it's not your fault.
No, it's fine.
And it's like we've almost been put together because I help Kerry with editing her readings. I never change them. I never change, especially if there's a speech from the spirit. I never change.
No, y'all complement each other.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what it is.
It's like we've been stuck together. Yeah. So
it's beautiful. It's not weird at all. It's awesome.
So we're like that, aren't we?
Yeah, it's like I was gonna say, man. Like, so I look at it. So everybody on this show is in a relationship, with one exception. But everybody is. It's nice seeing the dynamic and knowing that I am comfortable with every one of yours. Like you, like whether male or female on either side. Like I think everybody is perfect for each other on the show. Marty and his Kerry, Dave and his Kerry, Amy and her Tom, because we know how that goes.
My Kerry's only been on the show once, man. She comes walking through the door. The first thing we're doing is shitting on each other the whole
I know.
time.
No,
it's all laughs and jokes and stuff. We're constantly.
Yeah, it's the way it should be. Yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah,
but it's true as well, though, isn't it? I mean, we've had conversations about this. God forbid if either of us were to lose one or the other. And we've both said, I don't want to do it again. I don't want to do the relationship.
No, 100%. Yeah.
I think once you've got to that point.
If one of you should haunt the other one, it's boom, there you go. Problem solved.
Definitely.
I'll definitely haunt your ass.
I'm gonna haunt your fucking ass.
Well, here's the thing. Here's where Kerry's got one up on everybody. Let's say Dave, God forbid, everybody goes at some point. Let's say you go first. She's still going to see you. she's still gonna have you next to her. Like that doesn't go away. Just
Yeah,
she's not there physically.
definitely
She's
gonna
still
offer.
gonna see you there. Like
That's true. That's
so
true.
she has one up on everybody at this point.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's a good
I love
yeah.
Chantel's thing. I have my horses. It's a stable relationship. That appeals to the dad side of me, the dad joke in me. Love
Oh,
her. That is
God.
just phenomenal.
That's brilliant.
And of course,
Smash the like button.
please.
But yeah, please go on with the stories, Dave, because we're like halfway through. But yeah,
Yeah, well, I've built up with a couple, so
Remember, it's only an hour.
I think it's over to you. I think without further ado, tell him about Miami.
Oh God, have you built this
Orlando,
up so
innit?
much?
This is
but
the
it's-
one we've been waiting
it is
for.
what
Yes.
it is.
This is
And
it.
that's the
This
truth.
is it.
Like, I'm not making this up. So this is what happened. So we went on holiday to Florida, and it was my ex-husband at the time, my little boy who was about 2.5, and I went with my mum and my stepdad, and we all rented like a villa.
Mhm.
And you American guys will be very familiar with the setup of the villas out there.
Oh,
Yeah.
totally. I'm a villa guy. Totally. I have a weekend villa I
Adam
go
and I-
to all the time.
Adam and I were at one last week.
Oh, totally. Remember that, Marty? That was
Yeah.
totally villa life, bro.
That was during the down polo time. We didn't polo any of that stuff.
Right,
Just me and
yeah.
Adam hanging out in
Yeah,
the
I was
building.
playing
Really
like I
weird.
was at work. Yeah, it was weird.
Really
yeah.
weird.
Yeah, we ended up
Anyway.
together in a jacuzzi. It was okay.
Okay. Okay. Too much.
Explain-
Kerry, keep going.
explain what the villa looked like.
I will get you there. Right, so it had a pool, right? Out, and it had like it looked like it was in like a conservatory, so it had like a roof thing over it, but it was outdoors, if that makes sense. It was all one floor, and you go through the front door and you go into a living area, which is open plan, that goes to a kitchen area in the middle, and then there's another living area to the back of it. So it's like 2 living areas with a kitchen. It's quite complicated to sort of try and explain it, really. So that's in the centre of this home, and on the edges were bedrooms that are coming off the kitchen area. So you had, I can explain it. It's hard to explain.
Well, the kitchen. You told me the kitchen was an arch.
Yeah, there was an arch.
There's an archway into the kitchen, and then there were corridors outside going to bedrooms. And Kerry and your ex were in
one side,
bedroom, is that
yeah,
right?
and then opposite the corridor was another corridor, and that's where my mum's bedroom was. So we bedrooms on either side of the property, sort of thing, with the kitchen in the middle. When we got there, it had a real funny feeling, and I thought, oh, it's quite a new building, you know, we're on holiday, it's probably just me not had enough sleep, sort of thing, with long travel. And then we bought digital cameras for the first time. When they first came out, and America was the best place to get tech at that time because it was always a lot cheaper.
Still is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go USA. Sorry.
I got myself
Yeah.
this digital camera, and I thought I was the bee's knees. And I kept picking up spiritual orbs on my camera, and that's why I wanted a digital camera, you know, really, to get the spiritual photography. So I was over the moon, but it was always inside this bloody villa. Loads of them, loads and loads of them. And then anyway, went to bed one night, all of us, and my son woke up for a bottle of milk in the night. So I went and got in the milk, took it down to his bedroom. To go down to his bedroom, I had to pass the archway to the kitchen. So I've gone down to his bedroom. I was in the bedroom feeding him, and I hear all this commotion coming from the kitchen area, like doors opening and closing from the kitchen cupboard, chairs scratching on the floor, you know, just banging about like someone's being really rude at night.
like Amityville.
Yeah.
Or someone's getting down to some like heavy duty snogging.
Right. Yeah.
Like, what? And I went to shout out to my ex, like, keep it down, you're going to keep my mum up, what the hell are you doing, sort of thing. And as I went to say that, he actually said it to me, like, what are you doing, you're going to wake everyone up? And I was like, that is not me, I'm sat on the edge of the bed here feeding Sergey. So it's still going on, it didn't stop, and I was thinking, well, what the hell's my mum doing, you know, like, what the fuck?
You think it's somebody, right?
Yeah, I'm still not thinking anything spooky at all.
Sure.
So I pick Sergey up and I'm feeding him, and as I'm coming towards the archway, so the archway's in the middle of me and my ex, and he's coming out of his bedroom, we're sort of coming like that with the archway in the middle. He says, it does get a bit freaky. And from memory, he does say something like something don't feel right or something like that.
Who said that? You had?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, yeah, this don't feel right. So he sticks his head round the corner. I hadn't at that time. He sticks his head round the corner and he comes back really quick. And he was like, Kerry, you need to effing have a look. And I was like, why? What the hell? And then I'm thinking, oh my God, we've been broken into. And he's like, no, Kerry, please, just confirm what I'm seeing here.
Now, bear in mind, he's not spiritual in the slightest.
So I'm like, God, I don't really want to now, but okay.
Yeah, right.
So I put my head round the corner, and there was 2 ghost children sat at the table in like old-fashioned
Told you this was
clothing,
good.
like solid. But what I would say is they weren't in colour, or from memory, they were sort of like sepia, like grey sepia. They weren't like coloured clothing like we're
Right,
wearing. It was a bit weird. But at the time, I didn't really think too much of it. But I knew they weren't real. I knew they were ghosts, you know. And one of them looked at me. I think it was the boy from memory. We were talking when my son's 22, so 20 years ago now. So with that, we were like, oh my God. Now, this is the really weird part.
Very weird.
Like knowing what
If it
I
wasn't
do.
already
sort of thing.
weird.
Now, the first thing I would normally do is go wake me mum up, because my mum would have loved to have seen this.
Oh, of course. Sure.
But I didn't even think about them. We just went into the bedroom. And again, this is the weird part, barricaded the door, because of course that's going to stop a ghost coming, isn't it?
Sure. Yeah, I've read that in
Got
Time
into
magazine.
bed and just went to sleep like a normal night.
Exactly, went to sleep. So, who or what were they?
Yeah, like, because I know sometimes when we have paranormal activity here now, if it happens in the middle of the night, Dave's always the one that goes to sleep first. I'm still lying there going, oh God, like, what the hell was that? You know, my heart's racing. And even though I see ghosts, but it still makes me nervous if it's happening.
Right.
Even though she's seen complete the dead people. Yeah. I mean, you've seen Most Haunted where they scream all the time when they see something.
They'd be screaming.
That's you. But explain to them what the children actually look like. What were they?
I can't remember a hell of a lot, Dave. I just remember him almost like he had a cap on the boy. I remember the boy more than the girl. And if anything, I would want to say like Victorian style kind, but I couldn't tell any more detail than that.
But what did they look solid? Did they look?
Yeah, solid, but lack of colour.
Fucking insane.
Did you not think to
Full
confront
apparition.
them?
Sorry?
Did you not think to confront them?
Like, what are you doing in my fucking kitchen?
I wouldn't.
Normal things where you think, did you not say anything? Why did you go to sleep? Why did you barricade the door? All the normal sense just seemed to go.
Marty would have been like, it's just more fucking kids at my place. So
well, yeah, that wouldn't have made it.
Yeah.
I'll make you some lasagna and some sandwiches.
Oh, here we go.
Wash some socks.
What kind of
Get that vegetable butter out.
Now, when you said they were sepia toned or black and white, are they typically in color? Like when you see them, is that something?
Yeah. I mean,
so it just looks like
shadow people. But normally if I see it straight on, just like me and you usually, and that was the weird thing too.
What were they, or who were they? I wish I'd have been. I'd be straight in there at the table. Let's play cards.
And I'm guessing you didn't see him again.
Yeah,
I would have been straight in there.
And I'm guessing you didn't see him again.
No, the energy wise ramped right up in there. It just got even more spooky. Let's say that it just
no
paranormal activity happened at all, but the energy. Oh, it was.
Oh, they're there. They're almost like I know you've seen, but they haven't got enough energy to manifest. But they're almost like you see.
Maybe they're like, he saw us. Oh, they saw us.
Yeah. It's funny though. You say
cool.
about going like back to sleep. I think there's something in that, because some things that have happened to me, I felt so comfortable and I shouldn't.
Yeah.
Like one of them in Cottesmore that I had when I was on my side asleep, and the cover was off me because I was hot, but then I felt someone like punch down my back like that, but not hard, but like, and I know there's nobody there. It was paranormal, but I felt so comfortable. I just went to sleep.
Yeah.
I didn't even turn over and look. I just went straight to sleep.
You're just weird.
And you would think that would be your first reaction. Is
It
to, like,
should
whip
freak
over
you
and
out,
look
but it
at that.
doesn't. You're just like, oh.
Yeah,
Thanks
that'd
for
be like,
massaging,
oh, that
going
feels
to
good. Can you get my shoulders next?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
It's weird. It's almost like they can almost affect your senses or your emotions to be like,
It
this
was
is
all
nothing to be
weird.
afraid of, sort of thing.
Yes.
It's like,
Yeah.
Especially Kerry's mum. Kerry's mum is psychic to a degree as well. And you've met her, haven't you? And
Yeah.
it would be her dream to see you.
She's so
anybody's dream.
I never went and got her.
That is like
It's probably your body's way though of telling you that it's fine. You don't need to worry. Like, you know how we all have like
almost like your sixth sense telling you, yeah, it's okay.
Too. That could definitely be it.
That is, but that's like the dream of any paranormal investigator to see that.
But you obviously weren't
That's
really
like what's-
getting that nice feeling though, because obviously you barricaded your door. So
I
Then-
think from memory we were scared to start with, hence barricading the door. But
Then
then
to relax.
there on afterwards, it was okay. Let's go to sleep now.
And for
Well, I
you
think
both
that's
to see it,
weirdest thing.
insane.
You barricaded the doors against two little
Especially a
girls.
non-spiritual skeptic seeing it.
Hmm.
Yeah, very much a skeptic.
I think it wasn't after that.
Wasn't after that, no.
I think Amy's the only one that picked up on that.
No, yeah,
No, I'm just curious. Like, I understand because of the fact that you understood that they were ghosts and everything else, but you barricaded the door shut, and there was only two little girls sitting at the table.
Well, boy and a little girl.
There's a boy and a girl, Marty. Who's paying
Okay.
attention now, for Christ's
did
sake?
you say?
That's like normal in your house.
Yeah, right. I don't
You
barricade
listening
my
to our
doors.
friends, Marty, at all?
Maybe I should.
Sorry, you probably already said this. Were they facing you, or did they turn
The boy
around?
face-
No, one.
Okay.
The little boy had his back, and the girl was sort of. How to explain it? Really,
Like
sort of
off
had
to
a
the side.
side. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he turned round, and for whatever reason, I've focused more on him. Hence, I've got more
Did he
memory about
smile?
him than I've heard. But they were both solid.
That's fucking
Did he
insane.
smile?
He's like this.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, just like that. But the chair
Just
was.
turn
Don't ever do that again, Marty. That was
Oh,
very
yeah.
creepy.
Yeah,
Don't
that
ever
was
do that
fucking
again.
creepy.
Well, I'm just.
I don't
picturing
care for that.
that's-
No, no.
I got
That
was- was
now,
weird.
you know.
You're like my best friend. That was really weird.
That is,
Sorry.
Did the boy smile
Trying
or
to add.
mouth anything? Or
No, I don't remember a smile or any sort of facial expression. Just sort of.
Just get out.
No.
Yeah.
Talking. I don't remember talking. No, it was just like looking like if someone had called his name, I suppose, just sort of looked
Yeah.
like Marty did, like over his shoulder. At
But
me.
you're in a foreign country too. No offense to you
Yeah.
guys. You're in a foreign country, and like who? And don't say it. Who do you call? I don't mean
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters. I'm gonna say it.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Bad question.
I mean, I think if you don't say it, I think that should be a crime against humanity. If you don't respond to that,
Yeah.
Ghostbusters.
I've got an
That-
idea
that-
though. Is there any way of finding out the address of this place? Is there any way of finding out the address?
Yeah.
Oh,
maybe
that's a
that's
good
not-
question. You'd have to
We
do a little
need to
digging.
find out where. So I've only just thought about this. Where it is it on anything particular, or you guys might want to go and ghost hunt it? I
Well,
don't
they're
know.
miles away.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marty, want to go to Florida, bud?
Yep.
The
You'd love to go
literal
to Florida.
butthole of the country.
I'll go to France or something.
did a couple of children die on the land?
No, I'm sorry, Mama Marty, but your son is ugly. That was what it was. He was scary. That's why he was scary.
it could be any like
I don't even have the comments pulled up. Like, what did she say? Like, what is going
I
on?
think it
It's
was
scared
about
Adam
going
already.
for your head
yeah,
and your eyes.
yeah. That was
Yeah,
literally
yeah. When you turn around, just
holy shit.
I stared at him. Yeah.
yeah. Call Marty.
I mean,
Have you guys seen full apparitions? Have any of you seen a full apparition?
Never. Nope.
So
Kind of.
never.
I've never seen a full apparition where you can see features.
I've
I've
more
seen
seen a
shadow people.
shadow. Yeah, shadow
Shadow
person.
people.
Corner of the eye stuff.
Did I mention my
Where
story?
did you see that,
Oh,
Marty?
I've seen the little girl.
Have I mentioned
I've seen it in the house that I was living in previous to this one, and then I've also seen them here. It's funny that you asked that because I actually had I think it was 2 weeks ago when we had our last show. Morgan was on telling about the shadow people she sees in the basement. I had her come downstairs with me last night and show me exactly where she sees this guy, and she saw him standing there at the time I'm talking to her, but I couldn't see him. She's
That's
telling me
insane.
exactly what he's doing, but she doesn't see facial. It's just a black figure that stands about 6'2".
Yeah,
And you know she's not lying. She's just like generally
Yeah,
like
she could because she couldn't. Like I
And
was
she-
talking to her,
Yeah,
and she
yeah,
couldn't keep direct eye contact on me. She kept looking over that corner. He was there,
That's
and but it doesn't scare her. I said, does it freak you out? She goes, no. And she goes down there to get her clothes and stuff, and it doesn't freak her out. She just gets to the point where I'm sick and tired of that, dude. Because like I said, or she told you the last time she went down there, the guy's sitting in the corner just dancing. He's just doing this, and she's like, just tell him to stop messing with me. So it's like
crazy.
But yeah, she sees it. And see it even here.
I'm messing around with my daughter, and he just goes, people to see my move.
Should I tell my one?
Go on then.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
So I was a good friend with a girl that was next door when I lived in Lincoln, and she used to, because basically a mum and dad had split, so he used to drop her off at a checkpoint halfway between her actual home and his home. So I thought one night I'd go with them just so he has a bit of company while he's dropping his daughter off. As we got to the checkpoint, there was it was late at night. There was a car park, and the mum had parked at one area, and I saw the mum, but then I saw a woman next to her staring at her in the car. So Faye got out, she went into the car, and then I went back into the car because obviously I said goodbye. And I said to him, was she on her own, or was there someone with the mum? And he goes, no, she's on her own. I was like, no, there was definitely someone with her. There was a woman that I would say looked very similar to her. And he goes, funny you say that. Her sister or a very close family member that looked very similar to her had died.
Wow.
And I didn't know, I didn't know, you know, and it was just crazy that I'd seen like a full apparition of a head staring at this woman in the car seat.
Yeah.
Right next to her, and it was just crazy to me. And that was the first apparition, so not a massive story.
I don't have any of that. I'm so jealous. I mean, to a degree, because I know I've like always been hypothetically like I would just shit my pants.
You would think that, but at the time, it's almost like, especially when you see a shadow figure, typically it's out of the corner of your eye. You're like, did I really just see that or whatever? But sometimes it's irrefutable, and you're like, okay, I just saw a human figure, but it happens so quick that you don't even get a chance to auto respond to it. It happens, and you're like, you think about it, and then you go about your day, and you don't really.
I don't know. I'd like to think I would remember something like that. So no.
I mean, if somebody came out of nowhere and was standing in front of me, like, yeah, that's like a totally different story. Like the story Kerry just had about the villa, I would have shit myself on that one.
Oh, sure.
Some little kid turning around in the chair just staring at me, like, nah, dude.
I used to be like you, Hefty, though. I used to be very. I used like I say a couple of years ago. I used to think it was all a load of horseshit. I would.
Hey! I don't think it's a hey. What?
I mean in the sense of like.
You see the people that you guys are my friends. I'm like, oh, hey, whoa, what?
I mean, like, I've never seen anything like.
Yeah, no, please. Are your feet tired from backpedaling so much? Yes. No, go ahead. We'll start it over. Hi.
Right.
Go ahead, Tom. Tom has
right.
to say.
I'm out of practice. It's been 3 weeks since I've been on, so I'm out of practice. But anyway, what's the train now?
There we go. I was like, I broke him. He lost it. So you used to be like me and think this was all bullshit. We'll just go with that. But
I've never seen anything. And Amy used to say to me, "You need to open up," and I used to think, "How the fuck do you do that?" Like
you were a non-believer, and I was like, "Don't be stupid."
Yeah.
You just gotta start being.
She said, "Don't be stupid."
Once you start like watching it and looking out for it, sort of thing, it starts.
Well, I was going to say the closest thing I have was the premonition dream I had last week, which was pretty cool.
You will get there.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know what that is, that's tough. I guess you guys aren't going to know what that story is.
You got to go back and watch the last show.
I think you are.
I wasn't on the show. That was Apollo only. Exclusive.
Oh, that's right too. It was only the
I
thought we talked about that on the show.
No, we didn't have a show the week that it happened because it happened last Saturday into Sunday.
Oh, that's right. It was.
Saturday night was the premonition dream. Sunday was when the premonition came to fruition. But it was really neat. T and Tui know. Yeah, those who know. So,
but now you know that. I think if you focus on that, you will start getting more of those things happen, and it will become. Yeah.
Well, you got to remember something too. It depends. If he realistically, Adam, in your house, if nothing ever happened there and there was like literally no spirits there, you're probably not going to see that. You know what I
But
mean?
I always got the feeling that this place. I mean, I've heard stuff. You know what I mean? Like
Patches.
I've had feelings, like creepy feelings. Like I always felt like this place was haunted. I've never had visual confirmation.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
well, instead of using the word haunted, use the word occupied by people.
No, we occupy it. So what do you want?
Well,
Germany
no.
occupied a lot of places. Like, you know, I don't like that word.
My point is if you think the place is haunted and you would shit yourself if you saw a shadow figure, the chances are less that you're going to see one. Because you're not open to actually seeing it, is what I'm saying.
I don't know. I'd like to think that, like, I am. Yes, 100%.
But when you do, you're going to shit yourself.
Maybe. Why? Only me, my can tell you.
Who's to say that when we're walking down the street, though, that we're not actually going past a ghost?
This is the thing I was about to say. That who knows, when you're in a crowd of people, there might be that one or two.
Oh, there's loads of them, but yeah.
This is what Kerry says to me. I mean, you're the medium, so you kind of know. You've got knowing.
I don't always see them as solid forms, but yeah, there's like
you've got to point them out to me next time. I want to go and say hello.
Yeah, exactly. Would you like some tea?
Do you remember that guy in Romford Town Centre? You said to me, "Stay away from him." Do you remember?
Yeah, what was wrong with him?
It just what was right with him, really. No offense to the guy, he was an old man.
He's like a crack sparrow.
I remember I punched over with an old rain mac on and just looked wrong. And I don't know how to explain it more than that. He just looked wrong. You said to me, "David, stay away from him." I said, "I see him every now and again."
You used to speak to him, didn't you?
No, I didn't ever speak to him. Ever speak to him. Now that was someone else. There's another lunatic.
So Joshua Benjamin asks, "Are we an investigator team or a teaching group?" We're both.
Both, yeah.
We're both.
Right. We kind of independently investigate. Obviously,
we've all never met.
The top group is on the other side of the world, and the bottom two of us live close by. But like we all kind of do our own thing, but we come together and talk about it here and try to spread as much knowledge as we can prove.
Yeah, we're not here to teach or anything. We're just here to just talk about what we're interested in and have a bit of a laugh and
any experiences we have and stuff like that. Like what you were just saying about walking down. How do you know you're not walking past a group of people? The house that we lived in before this, we found out used to be a funeral home. And Kerry's aunt, who used to own the place, or no, she does own the place. Kerry, was it her granddaughter is the one that she was sensitive to spirits and stuff? Aunt Darlene's, was it her daughter or granddaughter was sensitive to spirits?
I was confused. I was like, who the fuck is Marty talking to for a second there?
Yeah, what the fuck is going on there?
Okay. Kerry's aunt, who owned the place, her granddaughter almost refused to come into the place because she said there's too many people here. And she's talking about people that weren't there.
Yeah.
Couldn't see. And she's like, there's just so many people here, and it used to be a funeral home.
Yeah.
Something that's occurred to me as well.
I think Darlene.
You've already mentioned your daughter and granddaughters. Your daughter, my
granddaughters. I ain't got no granddaughters.
No,
not your granddaughter.
Hey, easy.
Not yet.
But my point was when I was a young boy, I mean, we knew about haunted things, but we didn't see anything and we didn't experience it. Not any of my friends, anyway. Not anybody. And I knew quite a lot of people back then.
I did.
Yeah.
But now, it seems like the younger you get, the younger and younger the generations go, the more and more they're seeing, and the more and more they're experiencing. Without a doubt, lots of my friends' children have experienced.
I think it's the inundation of open-mindedness, and just that it's a lot more socially acceptable.
Yes.
And like we have shows like ours, and like people like Bob Lazar, and the Warrens and Kerry, and Kerry is like the real deal. For anybody that doesn't know, Kerry is the real deal. It's friggin' absolutely fucking amazing.
You've also got a lot of light beings coming forward. So you've got the indigo children and the crystal children coming forward to enlighten the next generation. So we become more acceptant of all this that's going on, and we're not narrow-minded.
Too late for old git like me.
It's a change.
Old git. You're 10 years older than me, Dave. Knock it off. I don't want to hear it.
It's definitely a generation thing. Because like my dad and a little bit your dad, not as much, but my dad especially, he knows of it. Like he's had things that you think it's weird, but he won't talk about it. And like he's not. Because he has things happen, but he will never speak of it. And like, do you know what I mean? He's had in his house, he's had recently like the
Clock
TV
off.
coming on in the middle of the night at 3 a.m, and the clock stopping at the same time.
Wait,
He said,
really?
"Oh, that was weird," but that was it. That's all he says. It's
And that
weird.
normally means
That's weird. I'm going back to sleep.
He
Yeah,
won't.
no, that's something.
Yeah, it's
Shout out to
something
Nick.
that if you spoke about it then, like you was into the paranormal, you was a bit of a weirdo,
Right.
a bit of a nutter sort of thing.
Yeah.
Well,
Yep.
if you remember the stories that my mom told you about her house when we had her on the show, I think the first time,
Mm.
and how haunted her house was, and her mom was like, sat around waiting for that ghost to leave so she can go to sleep. My grandfather was in the same house. He will not talk about it. He won't acknowledge it. He'll just say, it wasn't real or whatever. You can cross check my mom on this, but yeah, he would not talk. Even to this day, he won't talk about it. He won't even acknowledge it. He'll just say, nope, don't remember that or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was clearly all going on around him. Like, how do you not recognize something like that?
Well, yeah. Well, can we actually, if you scroll up a little bit, Chantel had a really.
I know I was going to put that on actually. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, because that was that. I saw that and I was like, oh, I want to bring that up.
Anyway, I'd wake up and note, not be in the morning after passes. That's fucking insane.
That's beautiful. That's what I
Yeah,
want to
it's
hear. You know what I mean? That's what I want to believe.
It's
That's
always
what I want.
usually within the first like 24, 40 hours of someone passing is when you'll usually get the sign from them. Like they
Yeah.
sitting on the edge of your bed is quite a big one. I don't know if you probably know more than me, Kerry, but
So,
I've heard
you are right though, because when my granddad passed, my grandma,
they'll usually give you a sign
my
or
grandma
something.
felt someone sit behind her and nudge her back, as well as lifting up her nightdress slightly.
Ha!
That was my
Oh,
granddad.
he was a
Yeah.
randy.
I'm not going to leave that alone. I'm not.
She basically said, "Bugger off, Paul, leave me alone."
Oh,
Went.
He went.
She
never came
wasn't
back.
ready at that time to be.
Right. Yeah. No, that's, yeah.
Yeah, and for me, when my granddad passed in our house, I was looking in the cooker and I felt someone like pinch my bottoms, like quite playfully.
That was Tom.
And then,
he's a perv.
Yeah, pretty
and
much.
then as I went
Did you
past,
vote him?
as I went past my stairs, up the stairs, I saw a spine go from our study across
Mm,
the spine. Yeah, and I think that was my granddad just being playful, basically.
mm. There is things that happen. And, well, you know more than us, Kerry, probably, but
Hey, Nick.
was
There's
that
too
fair?
much that happens for it to be coincidence or a lie. The amount of people that have seen full apparitions, including Kerry, including some of you, we can't all be lying.
No.
This is
Exactly.
happening. you
Yeah.
know, and we can't all get to see it. I mean, going back to what you were saying there, Amy, I remember being at school when I was probably about 14 years old, had my blazer on, but I was out the back in a place we called High Trees, and we were playing like he out there, where this is where you sort of tap each other and that sort of thing. And I remember stopping short, literally stopping there in my tracks and going, my great nan's dead. I was like, oh no, shut up. I just carried on playing. But when I got home, my great nan had died that day. I don't know what time, and I'll never know. I'll never be able to correlate the times.
yeah.
But my great nan had passed away that day.
Yeah, I had something very similar when I was little. I think I was probably about between 6 and 10. I can't quite remember, but the first time I heard my spiritual guide's voice, I was playing in my bedroom and I heard his voice say, "Your cousin's been born. My other cousins had the baby, so your cousin's
How
had
cool
the
is
baby."
this?
And I was like, "Who's that?"
Didn't tell us any of this.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, see old
Tell them about your
tight-lipped
spiritual
Kerry.
guides. Tell them about your spiritual guys, definitely.
All right, just real quick because I know we're coming. To
Not
the
real
end, yeah.
quick. Otherwise, you won't tell them.
Okay, so I've had, as all of us have, we have many different spiritual guides for different
Right.
reasons.
I heard that. Yeah.
Apologies.
Okay.
Someone just fucking sneezed in it again. That is
No
freaking me out.
shot, dude.
All right, that's
Wow,
really
really?
weird. I don't know if you can go back to that or pick that up. So it's about the 59, 30.
I'm so sorry to cut you off, Kerry, but that's freaking me the fuck out now.
I
That's
didn't hear
weird.
it.
I didn't
I'll
hear
be
it either.
right back.
You heard that, didn't you?
Yeah, I heard it. Yeah, it was small though.
That's
Oh no,
It was
what have you
almost
moved into?
Yeah.
It's those bloody dolls they've got there. That's what it
The
is.
dolls
ain't
are
it?
there.
Yeah.
That's where I heard it.
right. So it's almost like you know, like when you breathe out your nose, like
No,
Like
but
that,
it,
sort of
it sounds
like that,
it
and
sounds like
it's down here. It's almost like
Yeah, but it sounds like
Kerry.
louder.
All right, just real quick, because I know
It's so loud.
Otherwise, you won't tell them.
So, I've had, as all of us have, we have many different spiritual guides for different
Right.
reasons.
I heard that.
Apologies. Someone just fucking sneezing it again.
It's I don't.
Oh, you got my mic was still on. My bad. No, I didn't hear it. No.
It sounds really low, like it's almost at my feet.
Well, the thing is, Kerry was talking, and then you went right, so there was no down in the audio from you guys to be able to hear that.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like when Amy didn't say Bobo. It
Yeah.
wasn't that audible. Like I didn't hear it.
Happen now.
That was, you did get that. We need to start getting all these clips and putting them together and doing like
It sounds like
a
someone's
Yeah.
rushing past the box.
Yeah, almost like someone's like. It's gonna sound really stupid, but like almost like a little person's like brushing past something really fast.
Like a box.
Like a
box.
doll, little person.
Would be.
Look at that.
Stop it.
That's what it sounds like.
That's why I can't wait for you guys to. I mean, the amount of activity that you're saying that you're already having and you're audibly hearing things. I can't wait for you to get things set up. Get the Mel meter back out, the cap, all the dials. Like I think it's just going to explode, especially when we do these lives. I think it's going to be.
I mean, they are all there. They're all in this box here. That's where they are at the moment.
Well, we're probably
Well,
trying to
imagine
move the
the stress
box.
you've been under, the stress you've been under from moving, and they're in a different place now.
They're exploring,
Maybe,
checking out the new house.
Yeah.
or maybe there was already someone there.
Oh, no.
There's that as well.
But anyway, I do apologise for cutting you off, Kerry. I do. It's getting a little bit freaky. It's happened twice now, and it's so loud.
I think Adam got freaked out. That's why he left. Oh, there he is.
I'll
Spiritual.
protect you.
But anyway,
Tell me
yeah.
about your
So,
spiritual guide.
the spirit guide.
Kerry says, "Oh yeah, we've all got spiritual guides." Well, I don't know. I've got one. Well, I'm sure we have.
I've got no one.
I haven't ever felt one. I've tried to meditate. I've tried to make contact, but no. You kind of think it's normal. It's not normal, and I don't mean it's abnormal either. But you're gifted, is what I'm trying to say. So, please, the
So
floor
we
is
all
yours.
have spiritual guides. We have many guides throughout our lifetime for many different areas of life that we're going through. I'd always been aware of this one particular spiritual guide, but I hadn't got a name for him as such. So I'd been meditating, because it doesn't come easy, straight away, and it all takes practice and dedication to get communication. So anyway, cut a long story short, I eventually got a name for him, and he showed himself as a Native American Indian, and I was like, oh, everyone's got a Native American Indian sort of thing, like, and I started to question it sort of thing. So he gave me his name and said,
Is it Big
Go-
Red?
Yours is black.
go and Google, right? And I don't want to say his name out of respect.
Yes,
for
yes.
Native
100%.
American Indians themselves, because
Bill Jones.
this person is very well known, and he has a Western first name, okay, but he's a chief, but he has a Western surname, first name. So I was like, well, that's not very Native American name sort of thing.
Can I just butt in there? Could you notice how Kerry's speaking? She's not in the past tense.
Yeah,
Now,
it's in the present. Yeah.
He's in the past tense on the earth plane, but he's present tense to Kerry.
Well, he's
So
always
Right.
present. That's
there you go. See, it's
So
That's
anyway,
it.
he said,
Can we
"Go
get
and
this name off air? I'm sorry. I
Yeah,
want to hear the
of
rest of it. Okay, cool.
So he said, go and Google me and Google my tribe. And I was like, okay, sort of thing. So anyway, I go off, and the Google was fairly new back then, sort of thing. So, but I did find him, and I found the tribe. And I was just like, oh my God, like to have a Western first name is, I never thought Native Americans, I thought they were all going to be called like Little Feather or something,
Running
but
Bill.
no.
Bull.
So anyway, so it was quite limited at that time. Since then, I found out all sorts of things about him that just blow my mind. Now, I'm going to have to go and visit this place in my lifetime, because it's just such a connection that me and him have. Anyway, fast forward, we as you guys know, that I sit in Psychic Development Circle every Wednesday. And I have a lovely girl that's been from day dot that comes, sort of thing. And she doesn't come all the time now, but at the time she used to come regular. And she sits down and she says to me, oh, I met my new guide today. I was like, oh, did you? So we was all having a chat about it. What did you see? The same guide.
Ah,
Same.
no kidding.
Yeah. Absolutely. We ended up finding out through many meditations that we all shared past lives together as well. And that's how
that's really cool.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's the same for all of us, and that's how we all ended up together, because we're a bunch of very different individuals from very different backgrounds.
There is something called a soul family. So we'll all have a soul family, and as we go through many different lives, we play different roles within that family. So, for example, I'm married to Dave now, but he may have been my father, my brother, my mother, my cousin, my friend, you know, and vice versa. Like,
that's getting weird.
Yeah, pump the brakes a little bit.
Yeah.
Right.
Or if you're in Tennessee, keep it going. I guess.
You could have explained that way differently. You didn't have to go down that road.
Nope, she did fine.
But that's what we're all do. So, for example, you guys could be part of my soul family,
Right?
And we may have been all different roles at different times.
What about your friend in America?
Oh, she's very special to me. My friend Ashton. I met her doing this. I've only known her a year, but me and her, there's something about her that I feel very, very connected. And I even said to her, like, do you have like Native American background? She does. And I was like, ah.
But what did your guide say? Your guide said something. It was like, what do you think? Something like that.
I can't remember.
You actually asked your guide why this person was being put in front of you, and they said something like, "What? Why do you think?"
Yeah, why do you think? And then that's when I asked her about the Native American background, because obviously him being Native American. But I don't do friends very well because of past relationships with friends. It's never worked out. So I'm quite a loner, really. You guys are my friends and my friend in America. Yeah. And that's how it is. I know lots and lots of people to talk to, and they are my friends, but I don't get involved.
They're acquaintances more than rather than friends. Yeah.
But this girl and me, she's a lot younger than me too. I just really feel like she is my sister.
There's a connection, yeah.
It's strange, isn't it?
Mm.
Not really. I mean, my two youngest brothers are like my oldest brothers, so that's just they babysit me constantly. Constantly.
But I've just had a change. I mean, I still have my main guide,
and that's odd for you, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I've noticed just recently, in the last week or so, this female guide, and from what I've learned over the last week or so, that she doesn't talk English, but she talks a foreign language, which actually weirdly sounds Native American, but it's not. And the only reason I know it's not because when she talks, it's almost like a chant, but it's also healing. I can feel the healing energy coming from when she's talking. So cut a long story short, over me researching, I found out she's talking light language, and she keeps repeating, wants me to, I feel, to channel her words. So I'm going to try it. I'm going to record it.
Yeah, and almost translate, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, Kerry's been working with this, haven't you? You've been working spiritually now for over a year. Well, for your mediumship, your lives and everything else. And I wonder if they're now stepping you up to the next level.
Yeah, I'm learning something different now,
It'd be good.
Yeah, it's like you're graduating. You're going through school.
Graduate to the next step,
Yeah.
Can you see our spirit guides?
I can do. What I tend to do is like to sit in a bit of a meditational state before I do so. Unless it's like talking to your loved ones. Unless they make themselves really, really clear to me, I find it quite difficult. But that's why I always sit and meditate first before doing that sort of thing.
Yeah, my spirit guide is a giant turd.
Yeah, my spirit guide hates me.
Yeah, my spirit guide is trying to sell my soul. Like, yo, anybody want this guy? I'm like, no.
Oh god. All right. Unfortunately, I'll run over time, but as always, it's a freaking pleasure having you on, Dave. Like, hearing your stories.
Pleasure's all mine.
And you're one of the easiest guests to book. It's like, Dave, come on the show.
Yo, at least he'll come back eventually.
Fucking yeah, and he'll come back. Yeah.
Hasn't got a choice.
My spirit guide is Pickle Rick.
No, it's not. It's Gorilla Glue.
That is Gorilla Glue, yeah. Gorilla Glue. Pickle Rick is my smoke guide. That is very true.
All right, then, guys. So we are going to jump into the Cards Against Humanity questions at the end.
Here we go.
Put your mic on mute. Put your computer on mute, Marty.
Yeah,
Marty's
out the house. Yes.
Oh yeah, Mr.
This is just a bit of fun. Please do not take this in any way as offensive. We're just having a laugh.
If you're easily offended, now's the time to click off and sub
now's
the
the time
channel,
to
like
see
the
you next
video,
week.
check out everything we've been doing. But if not, and you like to have a laugh and you like vulgar humor, buckle the fuck up.
Kerry's turned off TikTok.
Turn on TikTok. Okay, good.
Smart move.
Oh yeah, it's because then they have to come over here to see it. That's a really smart move.
Next week, I haven't got a freaking clue what we're doing yet, so please bear with us, but we will be doing something.
I think we should start doing things outside of our world.
In our cards.
What do you mean?
Things that have been captured outside of our world.
UFOs?
No, not necessarily that, but like other planets. If there's any
Oh,
evidence.
it's too late for that.
Juice or something?
Huh?
I don't know. I just said something that didn't make any sense. Forget I said anything.
No, as in like things that we've seen on like outside of our world, like on other planets.
Okay. We'll have a think about it. My head can't take that kind of a thing at the moment.
Or like,
I'm too tired.
or thinking of like a split universe sort of.
Oh, that's
theory.
too deep for now.
Sorry.
Apparently, when you look in mirrors, you can see the other universe.
Yeah.
Mm.
Huh.
Anyway, yeah, so we'll jump into this.
Dead air. That's great.
So yes, I'll jump some answers. We just grab some answers. You guys have got some answers. You got some answers.
Look, they're all ready to
Hefty,
go.
you can be the judge, seeing as you haven't got your own answers.
I don't want to be the judge. I'm not good
I'll
at this because I never remember what anybody says. I'm just like the most vulgar one usually. I don't know. Let's see what we got.
I got questions too. If you guys don't, if for whatever reason.
Oh, okay, yeah. Jump with some of your questions whenever. Yeah, whatever.
Look at Marty all organised there.
Organized. Do you see how much of a mess this is? I got little tiny cards.
I like multiverse theories.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So I'll figure out. If I do apologize if it's one we've had before. No, we haven't had this one. So the first one is now at the Natural History Museum, an interactive exhibit on what? So for you Americans, Natural History Museum is in London. It's literally natural history of the world. And it's an interactive exhibit on what?
Well,
I've got your favorite card here.
Adam, what I'm gonna do?
Shut up.
No, listen. There's in these bags. I think there's like 600 answers. So I'm just gonna drop half of these in your locker.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If you wanted that, yeah. Like
Yeah.
for real, I'd appreciate that.
100%.
Thanks, dog. I almost regret telling you to shut up now.
Yeah. See.
Well, almost. Let's not
Always
get ahead of
talking
ourselves,
shit,
here.
dude.
Well, it's because I love you, bro. But you wouldn't know what to do, and I wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah, I know.
We had our serious time during the week. Now we're back to playful, fun time.
That was a serious time for the year. The rest of it's just shit.
Yeah, he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
We all got an answer?
Yeah.
All right. Ladies first. Kerry, what is your answer?
a bird that shits human turds.
Nice.
I would. Oh God.
Okay.
That would be pretty good,
I
actually.
would not want that hitting my windshield at like 20 miles an hour. Oh my God.
Anyway?
The female orgasm.
Oh, that,
How funny is it
that's
that
a
I
thing?
saw that in?
Oh, we're not making stuff up here, okay?
Yeah, that's actually an exhibit. Dave, what are you going for?
Happy
Pictures
birthday,
of
Nate,
food.
from yesterday.
Picture
Pictures of boobs?
That actually works quite well.
Picture of boobs.
My
Well, there is a vagina.
A time traveling Chinese general from the Shang Dynasty.
Oh, that's General Tsao.
yeah.
General Tsao. He came and he was like, I'm going to invent this.
Listen, I
chicken.
picked 5, and that was probably the best one. Not so funny, but made sense.
I'm gonna go with testicular torsion, or whatever that says. I can't read it.
Testicular. I don't know what torsion is. That does not sound good.
Sounds perverted
Yeah,
to
like-
me.
I like
Yeah.
twist it.
What do you mean?
Oh, that's.
I don't know. I just found that one.
Round
Why?
it or twisted or
It's
something.
twisted.
No.
Yeah,
Stop
why?
twisting. No twisting of
Yeah.
the testiculars. No twisting of
Not
the
meant to be
testicles.
twisted.
You do, no, Carl Pilkington when that guy twists his willy around.
Oh, in
the
India.
set.
No.
Yeah.
And then he twists it
Oh.
around and then he puts it underneath his legs and he just swats.
Yeah.
Look at Marty. I haven't even said shit yet. Marty's already cringing. I don't know where this is at.
Hefty, what are you going for, buddy?
Dude, I don't know. What was the question again?
Yeah.
Got an interactive. Okay, got an interactive exhibit on
what?
Cock and balls, a history of chicken throughout sports. Chicken and sports throughout history. That's what it is. Yeah,
We've
cock
got
and balls. Yeah,
From
I definitely got to get you new answers, dude.
yeah. That's I don't know. If their mating ritual. There's just glitter everywhere. Glitter and cocaine.
And Nick doesn't even want to know what that is. Don't Google it, Nick. Don't.
Yeah,
Google
no,
it.
Nick.
Nick.
No. Don't tell him to Google that.
Yeah, go on, Carl Pilkington.
No.
So I'll go. Have you got one, or do you want me to go for another one?
No, go ahead.
So after the earthquake, Sean Penn brought what to the people of Haiti?
Herpes. That's my answer. Cocaine for lunch. Yeah, buddy. They must have worked in a kitchen or two in their day. Tui and Josh are having an interesting discussion. We'll let those two do their thing.
I got some really shit ones.
Support local, Marty. Hashtag, buddy. I like your hat. I like your hat.
What a mess, dude.
Wait. Whoa. Can't say anything about that. Don't know nothing about that.
Nope.
Can't say anything. No comment, please. And thank you.
I just said I was talking about us.
Oh, yeah, me too. Totally.
We're all a huge mess.
Oh, yeah.
So, after the earthquake, Sean Penn brought what to the people of Haiti? Kerry, if you go on.
My collection of Japanese sex toys.
Nice. Nice. Dave's like, yeah, that's
Dave's
all
like,
right.
yeah,
That checks
yeah.
out. It's like, that checks out.
Kerry?
A windmill full of corpses.
Oh, that's one of your go-tos. I like that one. That's one of my that's what I've heard a couple times. I do like that one.
Yeah, you guys are muted right now.
Okay.
Keep going. What are you doing? I'm getting headphones next week. I can't do this shit anymore.
Dave, what are you going for, buddy?
Dave says,
"Oh no,
fuck mountains."
Mute.
You were almost there, Marty. You were almost there. You were almost there, buddy.
He's just trying to mute as fast as he can.
Yeah, he bought that mountain, that F mountain.
Fuck mountain.
Yeah. You never heard of that, bro? It's like Space Mountain, only way better, dude.
It hasn't got to say it, and then you're blurting
Oh,
it
dude,
out.
we were on that when we went to that villa last week.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah,
we did go
yeah,
on.
we
Fuck
went
Mountain.
on Fuck Mountain.
Of course,
Okay, that's
Fuck
weird.
Mountain.
Next question.
Right.
I got
Yeah,
one.
no, that's weird. Okay.
You two went where?
There was
No,
a
don't
callback
worry,
to
don't
an
worry about
earlier
it.
joke. You know what? Watch the show and you're Tom. You'll get it.
I don't want to even go there.
Yeah, you weren't paying attention mid-show.
Mama Marty.
This is anal
Anal condoms.
Your mum says
Uncle Bumpy's like,
He's like, yeah, definitely.
Anal condoms.
Dave. I
should've
can't
never
wait.
told her we
Dave
were
was
doing a show
Dave was
yesterday.
fucking
Oh, it's so good.
With the anal beads that
Nobody.
access.
Nobody. No, seriously, go.
Yeah. Sheila is amazing. Mama Marty. For the win.
Marty.
Oh boy.
Shit.
Nana's in the comments. We'll just leave it at that.
Okay, so yeah, well, even Chantel is handing over to Mama Sawyer for the win.
Mr. Marty, what was you going for anyway? Is your answer?
I already said it.
Yeah,
It was cocaine for lunch.
Oh yeah. Sorry, yeah. Hefty, what was you going for?
Mine was herpes.
Oh, herpes. I keep forgetting. I've got short-term memory loss.
That's
I was
okay.
going for man meat.
Man meat. Oh, that's ours was related then. One led to the other in that case, I suppose.
Okay. Should we have one more? We'll have one more.
One more, please. Do we have time?
We have time.
Okay.
We all winners.
We are all winners.
3 cards for this one.
Oh,
That's
this is getting
just
complicated.
what we think. We'll leave it up to the chat to decide that.
I don't know. These people watch us every week, so that's
Yeah.
that's them.
Right, so this is a little bit complicated. So it is something plus something equals what?
Oh God, how are we meant to do that? I struggle with one.
Oh,
This is
super
a maths lesson tonight.
This is super easy. Hefty
This is really easy.
plus anything equals disaster.
I'm gonna try and do it like this.
Amy, your mum says toasty, crispy foreskin.
Yummy. Just like mom used to make.
All right, okay.
Right, I've got a really good one for this one.
Poor Dave.
You got big for it.
Yeah, the something equals something. So two
I've
things.
definitely got this. I've got this in the bag. I've won.
All right.
Hang on, what's he saying? Poor life choices
Plus
the Wi-Fi password
equals
the female workout. Oh, that's how you get there.
That is good. That is good.
Marty's got the secrets.
Oh.
all you need is a Wi-Fi password.
We are an educational show.
So mine is however much weed £20 can buy, add the balls, gives you AIDS.
Wait, I missed the last one. It kind of blurred out. What was the end part of it?
Amy,
I literally missed the last part. I couldn't hear the last part.
Said however much weed £20 can buy.
Okay.
Not a lot.
Plus the balls equals AIDS.
Wow. Jeez.
Wow.
For real?
Be careful, Adam.
I guess. I mean, I hope not, because that's not good.
All right, Kerry, what are you going for?
Full frontal nudity.
Yeah.
Plus my Uber driver, Pavel, equals announcing that I'm about to come.
Whoa, Dave, you okay, buddy? Dave, I didn't know you were a cuck. That sucks. Buddy.
Gets the job done.
Oh, Jesus. My God. Dave, rebuttal, bro. This better be good.
Yes, you got to pull his back.
Bless his heart.
Go for it, Dave.
No.
All right, let's see what we got. So we got bisexuality plus
being ultimate sex.
Okay.
Okay.
Equals
More elephant cock than I bargained for.
Hey!
Yes.
Holy shit, dude.
Yes.
That's a good answer, dude. I vote for Dave.
I voted for Dave as well.
Dave has won this. Definitely. Dave has won this.
Wow.
That just reminds me of that film, The Grimsby Brothers. Have you ever seen it?
Oh, no. I'm aware of it, but no, I haven't seen it. I know of it, though.
Brothers. Oh, my God. It's hilarious. You need to watch it.
Paul.
Huh?
Paul.
No, it's Sacha Baron Cohen. The guy who plays Ali G.
Got filth on the mind.
Oh, he's funny. Yeah, it can be very, very funny. The way he pulls people out. Wow.
You watch it. It's called
some
Grimsby Brothers. It's got a lot to do with elephant penis. It's fucking. It's hilarious. You need to see it. You need to see it.
Maybe we should watch that.
Yeah, should we have a watch party?
I'll work the shaft. You cradle the bottle.
We should have a watch.
We'll cast it and we'll watch the show together or watch the movie together.
Yeah, we got to see it. It's so good.
That's not a bad idea. We should kind of workshop that idea. We watch like a public domain movie together and like. All right, we'll talk. We'll talk
after anyway. But yeah, Dave, you definitely won that one with that last one. That's
Dave, you definitely cruised that one.
That was good. Oh,
I just got
All I
drunk.
can think about now is elephant cock.
Oh, that was so good. All right then. So yeah, next week. No idea what we're doing yet. I'll think about that when I get time. But
it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Was that Borat?
My
wife.
My wife, she has vagina like sleeve of wizard.
Yeah, she's seen it. Chantel's seen it. She's seen it. Anyway, so I've lost my train of thought now. Yeah, but it's been a pleasure having you on, Dave, and hearing your story, Kerry. Amazing.
Good to see you again, buddy.
Fucking amazing, yeah.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure.
Awesome to see you all in the chat again. Apologies, obviously, we weren't on last week, as you can tell, because all the boxes we were moving. We're now in our new place. So once we get this place sorted, we're going to have plenty of stuff coming. We've
like elephant cock wallpaper in the background.
Everything.
Yeah.
I got plans.
See if you can hear that sneeze again, Tom. When you have a look at the live again and see if you can hear the sneeze.
I will. Yeah, it's around the 59 minute, 30
Somewhere
second
around
mark.
there, yeah.
It's loud. I mean, I hope you can hear it because it's so loud in here. It's almost like there is like a small child singing.
Is when we didn't air. They didn't hear the first one.
Yeah, you didn't record the green room, did you? You didn't record.
No, it doesn't record.
No, I've got to start doing that though because me and Marty are working on something that you guys don't know shit about. And we're not going to tell you anything about, but me and Marty are working on something, and that's all you get. It's going to blow your mind.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys like you UK people aren't going to know about it until we're ready to give it to you.
Might take a little bit, but
it's going to take
in the end.
Okay.
Something you guys will like. So
we're not showing up at your house. Don't worry.
Yeah.
It would be nice. It's just not doable.
Yeah, it'll be fucking awesome.
Actually, that would be pretty cool.
It would be
You'd
cool.
be welcome,
You're going to
Don't
need
worry
two
about
planes, Marty, to bring all your family over.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And
You
we're
gotta put
having-
everybody in a boat and just roll across the ocean.
Oh, freaking out. But yeah, no, it's been awesome. Certainly need this after all this stress and moving. But no, much love to you all. Have a good fucking weekend. And sorry, have a good weekend. All right, you do it then. I will sit here. I will drink my drink. You do the end. You press the button as well. Come on.
Stay spooky.
Stay spooky. Sounds like what the fuck?
Asshole.